I have gone through depression. I've been on medication for 2 years. I've gone through panic attacks. I've gone through anxiety so much. Is it how your child behaves? And I said, yes. Then she said, have you ever heard about autism? It was the first time until she turned 9. And then at a time when she was not potty trained. Yes.
Whoa!
So that was a big blow to me. Is there any medication you can give me so that they tell me, I'm sorry, there's no medication. However, what a privilege to finally put a face to the name.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Auntie Mary. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. This is Time with Nessie. Today I'm here with Mrs. Mary Kuffour, aka the Autism Journey.
On Facebook.
On Facebook.
Yes.
If you don't know her, I'll put all her handles below so that you can go ahead and watch her. She's such a blessing. She's such a great advocate for the autism community. And I'm here to talk to her for you to listen, for you to learn, and also realize that people out there, it's not just about you. It's about so many children. It's about the lives that need to be impacted. This is about impartation. This is about love. This is about showing consent to other people, not just yourself. So today, welcome, Mommy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's such a privilege to see you.
Thank you. Same here. What is your background, first of all? What is your background in?
Thank you very much. So I'm Mrs Kuffour, a parent of a child with autism, and I'm a teacher by profession, but now more into special needs because of my daughter.
Okay. Oh, that's great. So how long were you a teacher in the field for?
18 years.
Wow, then you have a lot of experience.
Somehow.
Oh,
you never stop learning, so.
That is good.
Yes.
That is good. Well, so what was your introduction to autism? When was the first time you heard the word autism?
So I have 3 children. So I have 2 boys and then Nanaya, who is my last born. My 2 boys were okay, nothing was wrong, you know. They talked, they walked at the right time, everything was fine. And then I had this girl, and she started talking before age 2. But just before she turned 3, I noticed that she stopped a few words she had. She would not say them again, but I wasn't really worried. So, and then along the line, I had a friend who was a Peace Corps volunteer. I'd known for a long time in my secondary school days. So she came to visit us in the house. And then just about 15, 20 minutes of being with us, she was like, Mary, is this how your child behaves? And I said, yes. Then she said, have you ever heard about autism? It was the first time. And then I said, what is autism? You know, in those days, we didn't have all this, you know. It was the cafe type, you know, where you have to go and buy it. It's not like now that you can, you know, check everything.
Home.
Yes, and check at the comfort of, you know, everywhere you are. But so we went to a cafe and then she Googled autism. Then saw plenty information. Then she printed it out and gave it to you. I said I should go and read. In fact, I started reading. And then some of the things they were saying, my daughter was doing but there was also a lot that she wasn't doing. But again, between that period till she was about 4, this was when she was 3. So about 4, I was still, you know. But once in a while, the things I read,
will come into your mind.
Things that, then I'll refuse it. That no, this one, until she was 6. So I would say in denial. Until she was about 6, because at 6, every child should be able to have conversation. Formal school starts at 6, you know, class 1. So definitely at that age, you can't tell me there's nothing wrong. So that was when a doctor said no. And then finally, we gathered the courage to go to hospital, and she was diagnosed with autism. In fact, I remember the question I asked the speech pathologist. I said, is there any medication you can give me so that they tell me, I'm sorry, there's no medication. However, if, you know, you support the child, and do A, B, C, D, the child can live a meaningful life. I didn't even know what that meant.
Meaningful
What do you mean?
means.
So meaningful means you going to medical school. Here we are, 17 years after the diagnosis. She actually turns 23 years today.
Today.
Yes.
Congratulations.
We are not where we want to be.
Yes.
But we are not definitely where we started. So
Yes.
I think we have to be grateful for the
Yes.
small wins.
Yes. Wow. That would have been a shock. Because with something that you are not knowledgeable about, you don't know anything about it, and all of a sudden they put it on you, I'm sure it came as a surprise. How did your family take it? Because most of the times the mothers, because you're a mother, you are able to embrace it. I'm going to do it head on, just run with it. But the family, sometimes it takes a long time for a lot of people to adjust because they don't understand it. Equally, you didn't even understand it.
Yes. So my husband was the one, I went with him for the assessment, so at least he also knew something. But between the 6 years till she was 9, we were still sort of hoping, you understand? So my immediate family actually didn't know because, we were staying in Accra, they were in the Ashanti region, part of them were in the Brownful region. So nobody knew what was happening to us until she turned 9. And then she menstruated at a time when she was not potty trained. Yes.
Whoa.
So that was a big blow to me. There was no way, I was going to say not doing anything. So, because then I had to speak out. I had to ask people, I said, what do I do? This is a child who is still in diapers, and menstruating. And I remember that for the first time it happened, you put the sanitary pad there, she'll take it out and start tearing it apart. And so for that 1 week, I think for 6 days, I could not go to work. I had to be in the house. And it was happening every 21 days instead of the 1 month. So, in fact, 3 months into that, I had to stop working. But it was difficult. She was not sleeping at night. She was in much pain. And that time, we didn't also know about all these allergies she had, the gut issues she had, and she was also, and still is anyway, food defect, GSSPD. You know that one?
Yes.
So,
there was a lot of food.
Too much going on. Yeah. So beyond the diagnosis, this one child has everything that I would say autism presents with. So sleep issues, hyperactivity, sensory issues, allergies, gut issues. I mean, name it, and it was so overwhelming. So I stopped teaching finally, and then I became like a full caregiver. And I remember I joined 52 Facebook groups. Yes, this was in 2010. 52 of them. And I would take videos. That was the time when, I don't know whether you heard about this woman, or even if you heard about this protocol, CD, chlorine dioxide. You should go and read. It's like Parazone. Yeah.
Oh, is it the one that they said bleach helps?
Yes. And then they banned it. It was banned, and I think the lady that brought that, got herself into this.
Yes.
And so,
her throat.
Yes, she had like a crow. Yes, and so it got to a point she could not eat, she could not swallow. And that was also becoming under so.
Yeah, you stopped.
She really, because I had about 20 bottles, and I was doing that, I was diluted myself.
Yes.
And so one time I gathered the courage and drank some.
And you were like, hey!
For the whole day. So we've done things.
Yeah, because when you're looking for a solution, it doesn't matter what it is. You go all out.
When you are frustrated,
yes,
you do the unthinkable.
Aye.
And for autism, it's not something that presents itself physically. So you see that child who is so complete, and you think that there's nothing wrong. You understand? So even for you, the parent, it's so difficult for you to accept.
Yeah. as a family going through this journey, how do you take it when people will send you, of course, being in Ghana, people will send you, oh, have you gone to this pastor? Do you want to go to this pastor? Have you prayed? Are you even praying more? Maybe you don't even go to church. How has that journey been?
I get up every morning, even now, with so many prayer links forwarded to me. You know, sometimes like you've not been praying enough. You know, I remember about a week or two ago, there was a podcast in Nigeria of a lady sharing her,
testimony,
yes, with how food cured her child's
4-year-old
autism.
child, yeah.
And you know, as much as I agree that eating organic is good for everybody, not just children with autism.
Yes.
When it comes to autism, our children present with so many comorbidities and the needs a spectrum. You know, so what will work for one child may not work for another.
That's true.
And like you rightly said, you know, some of our children have food sensitivity. So you need to do the test to know what your child is allergic to, what they can have, what they can't have. You know, my child reacts to shrimp. So badly to shrimp. If you know, some children react to even egg yolk. Others banana. We have a child at this center. If you give that child banana in the next 15 days, she'll be gasping for breath.
I know, because my child he hated banana for years. I didn't understand it. But when we did a food sensitivity test, he was allergic to it. And to the extent that when he even see his siblings eating banana, he picks it like this and put it in the trash. He's so disgusted by banana. But he's allergic to it.
You see?
So if I hear that someone is giving their child smoothie and I also go and give them my child banana smoothie, that is the death of my child. Yes.
So it's very important. And you know, some of these tests are very expensive.
Oh.
Very. We did 23andMe. Have you heard that one? It's an ancestry kind of, you know, genetic testing.
Okay.
We did that. We did the food blood count.
Panel.
And then, panel.
The
then
6 and the 99.
There's this common one. I'm trying to remember the name, where we use urine and stool. Initially, it was done by Great Plains Laboratory, and then later, I'm trying.
Is it an oats test?
Oat test.
Organic acid. Yes.
I remember 10 years ago, it was $188.
Hey, 8 years ago.
Yes, that's more than 8 years ago. And when you get the result, it will take a holistic doctor
to interpret it for you.
So I remember, and can you imagine, we traveled from here to Vermont, New Hampshire.
To have that?
To have that done.
Wow.
Yes. And when we did it, and then the doctor whom we were consulting at the time said that they were going to charge us $350 for the explanation. I said no. So I took my results and came back to Ghana. Nobody could explain it. Now pay and do it online.
Oh, you've struggled.
Yes. So you see, and sometimes it pains because imagine a parent who is not even learned enough to know some of these things. You understand? They can just be giving the child just anything. Autism is a very difficult journey. It's a very lonely one. One that requires grace, patience, a lot of love. But sometimes you can go 10 steps forward and then you come 20 steps back. Yet you have to be there for your child.
That is so good. How have you maintained, I would say, your sanity through this journey?
Have I? Have I?
In a certain extent, you are better than some people.
Sister, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. I have gone through depression. I've been on medication for 2 years. I've gone through panic attacks. I've gone through anxiety so much. You know, I think as we are going back and forth, looking for therapy, looking for what works for your child, doing all this kind of food, Mediterranean diet, gluten-free, casein-free diet, horse therapy, intensive interaction, sunrise therapy, and
smoothies,
all that, you know. Sometimes it takes a toll
on you. yes.
It takes a huge toll on you. And especially in Ghana, we hardly talk about mental health issues.
Yes, yes,
Nobody wants
yes.
to hear about
They think the
panta.
moment you say mental health, it means you are
But
mad.
trust me, my dear, there's a very
Thin
thin line
yes,
between
yes,
being sane
yes,
and
yes.
the other side. And I think that most of us I didn't even know I was going through depression. It took my son who was a doctor. Yes, I said, Mom, you're changing.
Oh.
You're becoming so paranoid, and
Getting snappy, angry.
I wasn't sleeping at night. Every little thing I was offended. I won't go out. I can get up at 2 a.m. and go and cook and eat.
Oh.
I moved from weighing 70 kilos to 89.
Hey. Hey.
Yes.
Wow.
And then it came with enlargement of heart. What have
So
you?
many complications.
Yeah. So I think that even as we are seeking therapy, for our children, there should be a support system for the parents going through this. And I think one of the very important support systems is parent support group.
Yes.
No matter how much you need it,
Yes.
you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's a lot you can learn from other parents, going through the similar journey. And I think it's very important. Beyond that, you need your immediate
family.
Yes. I call it your own clan, you know. Yes, your own
people
support network. It's so important. Sometimes it could be that friend. Sometimes it could be that partner. Sometimes it could be that colleague at work. Sometimes it could be somebody at church who really, genuinely concerned about you.
That is true.
Yes, and if you have found one of such, please
hold them tight.
Hold them tight.
Maria Dixon, thank you. My best friend is my sanity lady. Yeah, sometimes she'll just randomly, she'll cook, she'll bring it to me, she'll do it a lot, she will call, she will check. And thank God for my husband, because sometimes when he feels like you're doing too much, he's like, just step out, just step out, do something for yourself. Me being in Ghana is the same way. I'm here for a wedding, but at least I get to be by myself.
God bless you, my brother.
Thank you.
I need to hug you. God bless you. God bless you. You are blessed.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, so you are right. Support groups, community is very important.
Very important, yes.
How in Ghana, for instance, how do you get respite care so that you can have some break?
There's nothing like that. It doesn't exist. You just have to, know when you are at your breaking point. And it's okay to ask for help. I think that's been one power that I ask for help.
That's good.
I will come.
Yes.
I say, AC, I need help.
Insult
me, slap me, but I need help.
Yes, you will give me help. Yes.
It's very important. Please, you are not a robot.
Yes.
Amen.
That's
right. No, please ask for help. It doesn't have to be financial. Sometimes you just need that one friend to say, today I am stepping, just like you said about your friend. Maybe she will bring you soup and maybe stew. And say, maybe for just today, if you don't cook. I think it's important. Very important.
You are right. And even taking your kids out, sometimes I just want like a break. She'll come, my friend will just come pick the kids to the playground just for 2 hours for me to also clear my head.
It's so important, sister.
Yes.
It's so important because life is short. Life was really short. You guys are young, I'm sure. Your friends are young. Please enjoy your life because up there, trust me, you can be eating all the salad and all the greens. Age will catch up with you.
That's true.
I am telling you the truth.
That's true.
Nobody who is 25 feels the same way as somebody who is 50.
That's true.
Don't be fooled.
That is true.
You can be looking so gorgeous on the outside, but you feel something in your
body.
Your body will speak to you. Your body will let you know you are aging.
That's true.
You understand? So it's important for those of you who are very young, please make time for yourself, enjoy your lives. And if I can give you one advice,
please do.
I'll say forgive people. In advance, even before they offend you. Practice advance forgiveness. Very important. Look, there are so many people you see walking around. Sometimes, somebody will meet you, maybe at church or even at work, and they'll just pass by and you think, so didn't she
see me? Yeah.
My sister.
Yeah. She didn't see you.
My sister, there are days that I'm looking at somebody's face, I haven't seen you. There are days that I get a text message, I've read it, all right.
Yes.
But I don't even understand.
Processing.
Then sometimes maybe 3-4 days after, I remember, she sent me it. Then I'll go and read again. Because sometimes when you are going, or you feel so overwhelmed.
Yes.
You lose it.
Yes.
You lose it. So please ask for help. Forgive people. People are going through a lot that you have no idea of.
That is true.
Sundays when I'm courageous enough to share maybe a
Glimpse.
little bit of some of the challenges, I get my inbox being too full. Hey, are you sure? What did it change? I said, this is my life.
Yeah.
It's just that I choose to show you
what I want you to see in
all the glorious.
Yes. So you don't give up sometimes.
Yes, sometimes but
yes,
sometimes too you can also be doing yourself and to others the service.
Yes. Let the others see the other side of it.
It's just a little. I think last week or so I showed just a 1-minute video of Nanaya crying on anything. I didn't know what she was going through, and the people. In fact, I asked somebody, he actually called me out and say, why should you be sharing this? And I said, why should I not?
Yes.
Today is her birthday. We brought the cake. She did her own cake. She says she won't taste the cake.
It.
I brought a photographer. I have paid. She says she won't take the picture. I said, me too, I've paid the gentleman. So we'll take the picture with her. But I showed the process. I'm sure people are going to really care. Hey, really? Yes. It takes a lot of strength.
Yes.
It puts a lot of pressure on you. So please, forgive people.
That's true.
Give people benefit of the doubt. Don't read meaning to things.
Yes.
And protect your own peace.
Amen.
If there's anything that does not really serve your peace, please move away. Please move away.
That is true. You're right. This morning I was reading the Bible and I was led to John 3:16. It's so common. So everybody say, I know it. But it says, for God loved us so much that he gave his only son to us. So he gave. Then the Holy Spirit said, do you know another word that is given? And I said, I don't know. He was like, forgive. It means forgive means you are given. You have it and you are giving it to someone. That is why I said forgive. So if you own something and you are giving to another person, it means the person needs it. So, and you need it yourself. So if someone has offended you or you think someone is doing something to even offend you, forgive them. Give it to them because God gave you his only son. How much more you? Give them whatever it is that you need to give them. That's good. Let me ask you, there's so many things that you have done in this journey. What is 1 or 2 things that you advise someone that the moment you get a diagnosis, what do they do? How should they navigate this process? What is the 1 or 2 things that you say that is a must that anybody whose child goes through this journey, the moment you get a diagnosis, what is the first step they should go through?
What I would say is cry. Beat yourself to it. Be in denial, whatever, but please don't stay there for long. Time is not on your side.
Yes.
We have over 100 children with autism at this center. I run a center and with Klicks Africa Foundation. And
I'll put all the details in the
children I see the most progress are the children under 5. I see a lot. And it's so lovely working with them.
Yes, it warms your heart.
Yes. And then the ones who are maybe 10, 12, 15, sometimes they've learned a certain way of doing something, even though it may not be right. And for you to
change it,
it's so difficult. It could take you years. You understand? So I say, yes, please cry. Please even deny that it's autism, but don't sit there. Go for help. Okay? Forget, yes, it's not autism. We agree with you. But please don't just sit there doing nothing. Go for support. It's very important. I also believe that prayer calms.
Yes.
It calms the mountains.
Yes.
Or sometimes, you know, you have done everything
Everything.
there is to do, and then there's nothing more for you. That's where the God factor comes in.
God, yes.
There's something beyond you,
Yes,
and that's
yes.
where your faith also comes in.
Yes.
And just pray.
That is true. That is true. My husband made a comment one time. I've made a video about it before that one time he takes my son to speech therapy and he got back from speech. We had ABA in the morning. They went to speech. He goes to school for OT. Like so many different parts. And like I'm cooking this food. And the moment he got home, he stood on the kitchen counter and he said, honey, this thing here, if we do everything and God doesn't put his finger on it, it will never work. So no matter the diet, no matter the food, no matter the
It takes
therapies,
God's grace. So
it takes God's
people have
grace.
done stem cell five times. 5 times. I met a friend of mine at the airport. In fact, I was going to see a friend of last week at Accra International Airport. Then I spotted a 7-year-old. Old is playing. So quickly, I thought, this child must be on the spectrum. So let me just go to the ticketing area and just support them. And if I could talk to them, because, you know, and then when I got close, I saw it was a child I've supported. So I just, in fact, or the nachi, no tietia, no so, no finish form. In fact, at a point, nothing I'm going to So we had to just
cover.
Yes. And I said, Auntie Mary, I have done stem cell 5 times. You know it's costly.
Hey, very. Over $60,000.
And she was relocating to another place for 1 year for therapy, if that would bring a change. So all that I'm saying is, somebody did speech therapy, occupational therapy, whatever, for 1 year, and their child started talking. Some of us have been doing it for 18 years. We are still now getting single words.
Yeah.
It is God's grace.
Yes, yes, it does. It does. If God doesn't put his hand on things, it will never work. And the favor of the Lord maketh rich. And sometimes we think rich means just money, but rich in peace, rich in joy, rich in patience. And that is what I think God has given you, even though there's struggles here and there, but you are sailing through.
Amen.
Let me ask you about your foundation and about your therapy sessions, and how did you start this?
So I started this as a result of my own experience with my daughter. Yes, so there wasn't any early intervention support.
Okay.
So I said, why not? Because when they come to where the adults are, imagine somebody in denial whose child is just 2 years. They come and meet this 18, 17 year, they go and they don't come again. So I said, no, let's start something, Let's start something for children under the age of 5. Okay. So that's how it started. And we have an OT, speech and behavior, for now. The sad thing is that the parents that really need the support, they are not getting it. Because sometimes maybe they live very far, they don't drive. Some of these children, you can't even use trotro or the public transport, and they don't have the money. You understand? So if you see somebody going to some of these centers around, they are the ones that can pay something. The ones that really need the support, they are not getting it. And sometimes I use my page, my journey with autism, to showcase some of these, and you could see some of them cannot even afford basic things like assessment, because they don't have maybe 500 Ghana. They don't have it. You are privy to you are paying for somebody's therapy. You understand? So it's very difficult, and so funding is a big challenge. Yes, finding appropriate toys, therapy toys, appropriate therapy toys is also very, very difficult. I know some of these children, they don't even know how to, play with some of these things. So you give it to them, the next time you come, it's broken. Yes. And these toys are very expensive, so you have to keep on changing them. In fact, I've seen children here who maybe, if I bring pound and rule, it's a very excellent toy for 10 taking, sharing, color, teaching a child color and all that, hand coordination and all that. So I have it here. I'm teaching the child. They're doing well with it, but the parent cannot afford to buy one. And I'm thinking, could we get, maybe a group of people who would maybe buy 10 and say, can we give this or distribute to children who cannot afford?
Yes.
Because they are only here with us for 7 hours for the day. Out of the 24 hours, it means that for the next maybe 15 or 16 hours, what happens?
Yes. And
It's
weekends, do they come on weekends?
No, so it's very
yes.
important that as we are giving the parents training and teaching them strategies, we are also thinking of these things.
Okay, that is good. So please, we are soliciting for help. Whatever you can give, whatever you can help her with for these children. I'll put a video out there for you to see their classes, what she's doing here, their playground, very beautiful place, and the support that she needs to continue with this journey. It will make it easier for herself and everybody else who comes around. So thank you in advance for thinking of her, thinking in advance for even considering to give to this charity and to this cause. In Ghana, do you think there's support for children when they grow to a certain age?
Not at all.
Okay.
I think even in the US, after 21, 22,
Yes, then
you are either become
you go to a group home or something like that.
And here it's worse.
Okay.
It's difficult.
Okay.
Even penetrating through the workforce for those who can do something, it's very, very difficult. But what can you do?
Yeah.
We have to keep on advocating, creating awareness with the hope that it will change mindset.
Okay.
And then the proper systems, be put in place for children.
I was reading about a guy on Instagram, I think on Facebook. He's in Ghana. He said he almost got lynched.
Yes, that child is actually here.
Really?
Yes, and that man is a lawyer.
Ooh.
Yes, he's a
I read
yes.
it and I got
Yeah,
so sad.
yes. Nee is a lawyer, and that child is at my center here.
Wow.
Yes.
So amazing.
Yes. They had gone to, I think it's when they were coming
Yes.
back, I think they stopped to, buy water or something.
Yes.
The boy just
Ran out
started
of the
running.
car.
And when he was running, and people thought that,
The man has
the way
kidnapped.
yes, kidnapped the boy. These days,
Yes.
juju and all that.
Yes.
So. And then, people were asking her, is he your father? And this boy is not talking.
Not talking,
and
oh, they thought he had stolen the little boy.
It's sad, but...
And when I read it, I got so sad. How do you think in Ghana and even the rest of the world, even in US, autism education and advocacy is going far, but still there's a lot of work to do. In Ghana, how do you think people can educate, to advocate? How do you think we can reach out to the masses? Because people that quote unquote wear suit and tie, you can read online about autism. The person in Nima, Bukom, those places, they don't have any idea of autism. So when they give birth to a child with autism, they are confused. I remember a mother told me one time that, years ago, when she used to be in secondary school in a certain town in Ghana, the children, when you are born and you're autistic or Down syndrome, they will wrap you up and take you into the forest, drop you there, and they will come back home. They won't even look back. How do you think we can make it better?
I think it all goes with the awareness and education, like I said. It's very important. It starts at churches. Okay. It starts at, it's so important. It's so important that, we talk about it also. But I think one tool that we can use is drama.
Drama, okay.
I remember send your girl child to school.
Yes,
this
it's stuck. Yeah.
And I remember there was also vitamin deficiency. And those days, there was another, like songs on radio, we have vitamin A, banana, you have vitamin A too. Yeah. Together we give you nutrition and you have vitamin energy.
Yeah, that's true.
You see?
Yeah, it's education.
So I think that we need to bring this back.
Okay.
We need to engage our media people using the local dialect.
Yes.
In a language that the
They
mass,
can
yes,
understand.
yes, Canada. I think that is one of the ways involving the traditional leaders,
Okay.
chiefs and queen mothers and pastors.
Mm.
I think that would change a lot. So I think we can start
with that. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mommy.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. This was time with Mrs. Mary Kuffour, and we are glad that we were able to meet Yaas. You see Yaas, you see the foundation. Every information will be put down there. The links to support her will be down. What are your last words for us?
Okay. So I just want to say that parents, it's okay to cry after the diagnosis. It's okay to be in denial and say, this is not happening. But please don't sit there for long. Look for support. Join a parent's self-help group or parent support group and learn. Ask questions. It will help you. Also, ask for help when you need it. Please, don't do this alone. Not everybody is bad. There are some good people God will send your way just because you have a child with additional needs. And so please, learn to ask for support. And above all, be hopeful and be prayerful. I love you all.
Thank you so much. Make sure you like, make sure you share this video, and make sure you subscribe. See you later.